Hello, guys. I was just like you. I was alone. I was struggling. I had no idea what I was doing with my goals. I had no idea how to talk to women. I had no idea what the hell I was doing in life. And I felt very alone. I felt like a loser who was too old. I felt like there was no way that I was ever going to be able to improve myself. And I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I wasn't some guru who had it all figured out. I was confused and lost just like you. And that is exactly why I do what I do now. So I used to be very depressed. I have talked about it on this channel. There's a big full on guide and story about my depression, including how I overcame it, how I learned to be a little bit more optimistic and happy, and all of that. Needless to say, I was an unhappy guy. When I was 28, I really thought it was too late for me. I didn't have any clue how to talk to women. At the time, I had literally one friend in the entire world, and I was very lonely. I didn't really have any career prospects. I didn't have a lot of money saved up. I was all alone in this empty apartment, crying my eyes out, missing the girl that I'd just broken up with, and feeling like I was never going to be able to achieve any of the goals that I wanted. I was incredibly frustrated. I felt like there was this massive chasm between who I was and who I wanted to be. I would watch other people go out there and learn to talk to women or have what I thought were happy relationships or have friendships. I thought everyone was cooler than me. And I didn't think there was any way that I was ever going to be able to change any of that or improve any of that. I genuinely, wholeheartedly, deeply believed that there was something wrong with me, that I was broken, that I was never going to be good enough, that I was never going to be worthy. And even if I tried to work on my goals, I'm never going to get there. That's what I thought. I'll show a few before and after pictures so you can sort of see the unhappy, chubby guy that I went from to the guy that's pretty damn happy, has a beautiful sex life, built this business where I get to coach all of you and be here for all of you. So this is from an article I did called My Transformation over on my website on killyourinnerloser.com. That is a pretty realistic picture of how I felt at times when I was sort of a bit chubby. And this is obviously a dramatic, picture that I was doing for art for my photography, but that is very much how I felt at times. And you can see I was a lot heavier and a lot chubbier. And there's me on the right not too long ago having a threesome that actually turned out to be a foursome with three women. A hell of a lot happier. One of the cute girls that I've done some photo shoots with. And you can see, even in photos like this, I was quite chubby on the left. This photo was taken a little while ago, but I'm about this lean at the moment still. A little bit more weight than that, but maybe a couple of kilograms. So nice little before and after. I dress a lot better, or more to the point, I think I put a lot more effort into my appearance now. I actually give a little bit of a shit. Whereas in the past, this was me out in public, literally at a restaurant. And if you look really closely, you can literally see that my shirt was all messy and grubby. Like, look at this. There's like stains on my shirt here. There's like spots and stains. I don't even know what all of this is, but that's just where I was at back in the day. I was quite depressed. Didn't really care about my appearance much. I didn't put much effort in. And it might be a little hard to tell in this picture, but this was me just not really caring about life. I put no effort in, very, very unhappy. And then on the right, you can see there's me putting a little bit more effort in. I obviously care a lot more about how I look these days. Another good example, before and after on the left, you can see just not really putting any effort into how I dress or how I looked or anything like that. I kind of just wore old t-shirts and old pants that my mother had bought me years and years and years ago before I'd left home. So some of the shirts had holes in them and all of that. Yeah, just a little bit of depression going on. Here's another good photo of me before and after. You can see on the left, I was quite chubby, had quite a bit of weight to lose. And then on the right, that's me in my BDSM phase, which I'm currently in right now. Got the bald head and everything. And yeah, another picture. Again, you can just see on the left, just wearing whatever the hell that I was wearing. And again, maybe it doesn't fully come across in these photos, but I was incredibly depressed and incredibly lonely, not very self aware, and really didn't think that I had much hope in life. I'd kind of given up on life, to be honest. I kind of just thought, I'm going to die alone. I'm going to have maybe one or two friends. I'm not going to have any career to speak of or any job that's worth mentioning or any of that. I was really, really, really depressed. As for what changed, a million things. I found self-improvement communities. I found people like Good Looking Loser, Caleb Jones, Mark Manson, and then just overall self-improvement in general. I started reading books. One of my favorite books was You Can't Afford the Luxury of a Negative Thought. I joined a few forums. The first one I joined was the Good Looking Loser forums, and then I eventually made my own forums. I started getting some coaching, and I had some mentors, and I had people that cared about me. Some of them were paid, some of them were free. I started finding some friends that were really into self-improvement. I eventually did an approach anxiety program, so I learned how to go outside and talk to women. I started putting some level of effort into what I dress and how I groom and how I look. I started trimming the beard. I shaved the head. I started just actually taking myself somewhat seriously and taking a little bit of action. I started working on my self-love and my mindset. I started working on my stoicism. And those steps at the start were really like small, tiny little baby steps. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I would sort of fall down, fail, make a mistake, and all of that. And then I would learn from it. But I just kept going. I think one of the things that has helped me the most in life, and I try and give this to all of you, is to just show up every day. And if you miss a day here or there, that's okay. But just show up every day and try and take one tiny little step forward. One tiny little baby step forward towards your goals. The tiniest, most seemingly insignificant thing that you could ever do, just do that every day. You might be messy, you might suck at it, you might not be changing the world all in one moment or changing yourself all in one moment, but success isn't usually overnight. You know, there's that saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. And my transformation to, from depressed to happy, from suicidal and depressed to living a life of abundance and joy, that really was just a series of baby steps over days, weeks, months, and years. Rome wasn't built in a day. It was slow, it was imperfect, it was messy sometimes, but I just kept showing up. And now, like I said, I get to live this beautiful life of abundance and joy. I literally get to sit here on this chair, in this nice little apartment in this beautiful city called the Gold Coast, so close to the beach. There's like bikini babes outside that I get to just go and say hello to. It is the most magical, amazing place that literally feels like a vacation. It feels like I'm permanently on a vacation here. I get to live here and sit in this damn chair and just talk to all of you, or go for a walk and talk to you guys and do a video outside. I get to coach, I get to run my coaching business wherever the hell I want to live. I get to literally walk around. I grab my phone. Where's my phone? I get my voice recorder app out and I just talk into the phone for hours a day, coaching all of my people. That is how I do the majority of my coaching. We have coaching calls and all of that as well. But the majority of how I coach people is they will have a progress log in our coaching group. They'll talk about what they're struggling with or what they're working on. I pull my phone out. I just go for a walk and I talk to them. I see a cute girl. I pause the recording for half a second. I walk up to her. I'm like, hi, you're super pretty. What's up? I'm Andy. Talk to her for a few minutes, get her phone number, straight back into it. Hey, bro, I just paused for a second because I hit on a girl, got her phone number. Anyway, what I was saying was, and I'm straight back into it. Do you know how much of a beautiful blessing of a life that is? I could not have even fathomed that something like this was even possible, let alone this is the life that I get to live. Let alone if we start talking about my dating life, my sex life, my relationships, like the kink, the BDSM, the threesomes, like all of that stuff. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Back in the day, when I first started working on my self-improvement, do you know what my goal was? My goal, my literal stated mission to myself was, I just want to be able to go outside. You guys can't see outside, but there's a whole beautiful freaking world out there. Look, guys, it's the outside world. Anyway, my mission was to go outside and just be able to talk to a woman and have her be nice to me. Literally, that was the goal when I first started this self-improvement stuff. I just wanted to hit on one girl and she was polite to me and says, oh, thank you for hitting on me. I appreciate that. Have a nice day. That was the bar. That was what I wanted. If I thought if I achieve that, I'll be happy. I'll have made it. Look at me, Mr. Pimp Andy, the guy who was supposed to be a complete loser, the guy who didn't have any friends, or I had one friend, the guy who really didn't know what he was doing with women, the guy who just felt like he didn't like himself, he didn't have much money, he didn't have any sort of career or job or anything interesting, didn't have any cool hobbies, just was a boring loser. If that guy could just have one woman be nice to him, then he would have made it. That was my mission. Do you know how freaking far beyond that I've gone? Beautiful long-term relationships like with my partner Imi that just added so much to my life. Being able to date whoever I want, including younger women, 18 to 25-year-old women, just being able to walk up to people in the street and being like, "Hi, you're pretty," and then date them. Molly, the woman that I'm seeing right now, she was literally just walking outside on my street, literally on that street out that window. And I walked past her, ran after her, was like, "Hey, you're so pretty." And now we've had this beautiful 4-month relationship so far. And, God knows how long that's going to last. Every single day that I'm with her feels like a blessing. Appreciate the hell out of her. She's wonderful. She's fucking sexy too. I cannot believe that this is my life, let alone all the threesomes, the kink, the BDSM. And now I get to coach other people on that. My goodness. The fact that I have friends, that I know how to make friends now, that I could travel to basically any city in the entire world and there'd be one of you beautiful bastards there, and I'd be able to just put out a video saying, "Hey guys, I'm in Thailand right now," or "Hey guys, I'm in Serbia or Poland or freaking America or any of these places, the UK." And a bunch of you would jump up and go, "Oh crap, Andy, I'm there." And I'd be like, "Cool, who wants to come meet me? I could use a free tour guide. Maybe I'll give you some coaching. We'll hang out. Maybe we'll talk to women together. Maybe we'll just talk about goals." And a bunch of you would be like, "Hey man." And so I basically have friends in every city. Like my life is so unbelievably beautiful and I am so unbelievably grateful. And a lot of you sit there and sort of wonder, is all this self-improvement stuff worth it? You sit there and you look at your own life and you say, it's a lot of effort, Andy, to go out and talk to women. It's a lot of effort to work on myself and build up my own sort of like dating profile and my own self-image, I guess, and my self-worth. I have a lot of negativity or stress or pain. Is it worth it overcoming that? I am here as the living embodiment of fuck yes, it is worth it. It is so unbelievably worth it to put in the effort to overcome your depression. It is so freaking worth it to learn how to talk to women. It can be scary as hell at first. My God, was I terrified. The first couple of women that I had to walk up to actually approach properly and say like, "You're cute. I wanted to say hi." I literally had a mental breakdown and I was like, I can't do this. That was after doing an approach anxiety program, which was supposed to get me to the point where I could do it. And I still had a big breakdown and I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. It was still worth it for all of that. Building this business, you guys have no idea how many sleepless nights I've had stressing about money, worried if I'm going to pay the bills, worried about paying off debts and business loans and all of that. It has been so freaking worth it to be in charge of my own time. Like I said, to be able to grab my freaking phone, go for a walk and be like, "Hi, I am now literally coaching someone while walking around outside in the sunshine, talking to women." Oh my freaking God. Right next to the beach too. I'm like 2 blocks from the beach. It's literally 2 blocks that way. Literally like 2 minutes that way. I get to walk along like beautiful, pristine white sands while coaching people from this magical little box that we call a phone. It is worth it, guys. It is worth it for all the moments of doubt, all the moments of stress, all the moments of like, am I going to be able to make it? All the moments of like, what is the point? All the moments of like, am I good enough? And God knows I had a lot of moments like that. Am I good enough? Am I worthy? Can I do this? Am I just some dumb, bold retard who's unworthy of this stuff? Or can I actually pull it off? If I can pull any of this off, oh my God, what a beautiful gift that would be. And I am here to tell you again, it is so worth it. And you can do it. And I know you have moments of doubt. I did too. I still get them every now and then, maybe like once every 4 months, once every 6 months. I might have a little bit of doubt of like, oh, can I do this thing? But that's not the same as like the existential doubt that I used to have. But I've been there. I get the existential doubt. So many of my coaching clients have that existential doubt too. Am I good enough? Am I worthy? Am I too old, too bald, too short, too this, too that? Is it too late for me? Am I too dumb? Do I not know how to do this? I get that feeling of hopelessness. I get that feeling of heaviness, I guess, that like heavy weight on your fucking soul of like, I can't do this. I'm not good enough. I'm going to be stuck here forever. Like, am I even going to be able to do this? And one of my favorite little messages, it is literally on my website. Look there at the top. Look at that banner right on the top of the page. Andy Wells. What does that say, ladies and gentlemen? You sure as hell can too. In other words, if this beautiful, bold, dumb ginger is able to go out there and build a life for himself that he's really freaking happy with. A life of abundance, a life of joy, a life of just sex, money, freaking happiness, gratitude, peace, friendship, just all of those beautiful things. I literally now just get to sit here and give back to all of you. That's my life purpose now. Like, I am literally at a point where my life purpose is I want to put as many smiles on as many people's faces as I can before I die. That's it. I wake up in the morning and my freaking mission is, how can I make people smile today? How can I make people feel good today? How can I make other human beings feel more loved today? That's my mission. That's my life. Holy crap. If I can go from depressed and suicidal to that, you absolutely can too. I was so low. I was literally right down the very bottom of what any human being will ever feel. I just wanted to die constantly. I had made a promise to myself that by the time I was 30, I was going to end it all and no longer be here. I had literally promised myself that 30 was when I was going to kill myself. I didn't want to do it any sooner because I hated myself so much that I thought I deserved to just stick around and suffer. I didn't think I was good enough to leave this planet or leave this existence earlier than that. And if I can go from that shit to this beautiful life that I have now, you guys absolutely can too. I absolutely freaking promise you, there is nothing that's insurmountable. And to sort of cement my point, I was literally distracted. This really attractive woman just walked past. Like, I can see down onto the pavement, the footpath, like outside my window. Really attractive woman walked past. This is my life now, guys. I get to sit here and help all of you stare at beautiful women and go up to them and say hello and build a business and be more happy and move out of depression and make more friends. And, you know, we've had plenty of coaching clients get married and start a family or any of that sort of beautiful stuff, or become better fathers or mothers. Like, this is my life, guys. If I can go from depressed and literally wanting to not be here anymore, you absolutely can too. And so what is the answer? It's little tiny baby steps. It's showing up every day, even when you think it's not going to make a difference. It's just putting in the work, a little tiny step at a time. It's literally just those baby steps. Stick around, watch the videos on this channel. Please take action when you watch them. Don't just watch them. Go grab my Play to Win video course if you want. If you want my help with this and you want me to hold your hand, I have a 50% off discount on the one-on-one coaching, or we have the Affordable Abundance Collective. There's links down below to both of that. If you want to do it for free, that's fine. Just go out there and get some sort of accountability, get some friends or someone to help you. But the bottom line is, you are absolutely not broken. You are good enough as you are right now. If anyone was going to be broken on this planet, if anyone was going to be unworthy or not good enough, it would have been me back when I was overweight, obese, depressed, suicidal, zero friends, completely miserable and unhappy. I've even talked about this. I went to prison when I was 19. Like, if I can go from all of that to this beautiful life, then I promise you, none of you are broken either. If I wasn't broken back then with all of that, then you motherfuckers are definitely not broken. Most of you haven't even been to prison. Not that I'm saying that as if it's a bragging thing, but like a lot of you, like that, I was freaking depressed and suicidal, guys, and I went to prison. For God's sakes, my life fell into an absolute hole. I climbed out of that hole. You're not broken. No matter what you're currently going through, I promise this too shall pass. You are not broken. You are just at the start of your story. And if we had looked back at me, at old Andy, when I was 19 or 20, all the way back then, if we'd looked at that guy, it would have been very easy to say he's broken. He's not good enough. He's unworthy. He sucks. He's a loser. He's worse than a loser even. He's a bad person. He went to jail. He's a horrible human being who doesn't deserve any better. But if you look at the Andy now, you wouldn't say that. And so a lot of you are not, or all of you, sorry, but a lot of you think that you're broken. None of you are broken. You're just at the start of your story. You're allowed to build something beautiful no matter what age you are. I didn't really get hardcore into self-improvement until I was 28, and I thought it was like far too late for me. And it really doesn't take as long as you think. A few good months or a couple of good years, and you won't even begin to recognize yourself anymore. Other people won't recognize you. You'll look better, you'll feel better, your mindset will be a lot more positive and happy. You will absolutely transform yourself into the absolute legend, or whatever the female version of a legend is, legend or legendess, that I know you can be. You are all absolutely capable of greatness. If you want my help with it, like I said, there's options for coaching down below. I'm very happy to jump on a free call with you and help you, or you can take a payment plan, whatever you need. If you want to do it by yourself, then do that as well. But just freaking try. You have no idea what you're capable of. And if you sit there and say you're not good enough, or it's not going to work, or you're unworthy, or what's the point, or it's too hard, then nothing will change. If you want to change something, then you have to change just a little bit. But that process is done over the days and weeks and months. You don't have to change it all at once. Just start with one little baby step right this second. As you listen to this video, go out, do something, anything towards your goals. Maybe you go to the gym, maybe you go and say hi to a cute girl, or just walk around outside and think about saying hi to someone. Maybe you make a commitment to eat 20 fucking calories less than you did the day before. Just the tiniest little baby step. Do it now. Don't hesitate. Do it now. And then post a comment below telling us what you've done. At the end of the day, you are absolutely capable of greatness. I believe in you.